The first thing we need to understand about economic injustice is that it's not an accident.
It isn't the same Boston for everyone. You know, we still see where there's sharp inequities.
How do we make sure that there is an inclusive way for people to thrive as the city of Boston is growing? And how do we maintain the diversity that makes us vibrant?
The diversity allows for a lot of expansion. It allows for a lot of inclusion from many different faces and many different voices.
So now we've got to ask ourselves hard questions about how we create a distribution that honors the legacies of people, sets them up for success going forward, and gives them the autonomy that we all deserve to make choices for ourselves.
What I've found is that regardless of whether the market is up or the market is down, it is always those with the limited resources that suffer the most. And I just can't understand why we accept that. I think we should hold ourselves accountable as a community, as a network, to say that that should not be.
The people in the community had such understanding of where they are and where they at and what they need. Sitting there on their mind, in their hearts, that they needed somebody to say, you know, we are listening to you.
Whether it is the wealth gap, the health gap, the education gap, regardless of the metric, you will see that Black and brown communities are at the bottom of each and every one of those scales.
Prosperity to me is really ensuring that our families and our students have everything they need to thrive. That means a very solid education, good academic skills, lots of opportunities in college and career. It means making sure and helping our families tap into the supports that are out there.
Financial prosperity to me means a resident being able to afford the incidental things that happen.
Most significant issues are still, the housing crisis. It really is a crisis. The cost of housing has increased dramatically. Getting out of this housing crisis is not going to happen overnight, and it's not going to take just one program or one solution. That includes, yes, building more housing, but also figuring out ways to make existing housing more livable.
I can't look at economic justice without looking at housing, without looking at people having enough food to eat, without looking at being able to have health care, having the cushion that when something happens, I don't have to panic.
United Way is listening to us. There is somebody that is interested in knowing, okay, this is what we need.
And United Way's made a deep commitment with us to work with that local community in a way that's going to change lives.
Anytime I have a question about funding, I reach out to the United Way first. They're very willing to help us bridge some barriers.
Whatever is a part of the vision for improvement, development, and sustainability in Greater Boston, I'm up for the challenge with United Way.